Welcome to the Masterclass. You're here because you're done being the only place your company's knowledge lives. Some of you have taken our other courses. Most of you are starting fresh, and that's exactly fine. Nothing here assumes prior coursework. You're about to see what happens when AI stops starting from zero, and then we turn that spark into a system. Not a survey, the full method, end to end. By Module 8, you will be running a real company brain with governance, freshness rules, and at least one agent reading it before it acts. That's the promise, and I'm going to keep it the simplest way I know how, by showing you mine. Let me start with the claim that this whole course rests on. A small company with a written brain outperforms a big company with scattered knowledge. I mean that literally, and here's why. The big company has more knowledge than you, more history, more data, more expertise, but it's spread across 4,000 inboxes, a wiki nobody trusts, and the heads of people who keep leaving. When their AI starts a task, it starts from almost nothing, same as everyone else's. When your AI starts a task, it starts from ground truth, every agent, every session, every time. Their advantage is theoretical. Yours is loaded into the first second of every conversation. That's not a fair fight, and you're the one it isn't fair to anymore. Here's what a company brain actually is, said plainly. It's the ground truth of your business, written down in plain text files, organized, so every AI agent reads its section before doing anything. Not software, not a database, not a subscription, folders and markdown files. If you've taken our advanced course, you've seen a preview of this idea, but here we're building the full machine from scratch, how it's structured, how it stays fresh, how it's governed, and how agents plug into it. That's this course. So let me give you the high altitude tour of mine. My brain, MaximyzeAI's, is 10 numbered folders, 00 through 09. Identity, strategy, offers, clients, pipeline, finance, content, platforms, playbooks, decisions. That's the entire company, top to bottom. Who I am and how I sound, where I'm going and how I score the week, what I sell and exactly what it costs and why, who I serve and what's true about each relationship, what's in motion, what's in the bank, what's publishing, what's connected, how we do repeatable things, and every real decision with the date and the reason. 10 folders. If it matters to the business, it has exactly one home in there. 3 details from that tour matter right now. First, the numbering. Those folders aren't alphabetical, they're ordered, slowest changing at the top, and that ordering does real work we'll unpack in Module 2. Second, the whole thing lives in a Git repository. Every change to every file is recorded, who changed it, when, and why. My company has a memory with an audit trail, and you don't need to be a coder to get one. Third, and most important, the agents. Every AI agent I run is instructed to read its assigned sections of the brain before acting and to propose updates after acting. Read first, act second, write back third. When I ask for a proposal, the agent already knows my catalog, my pricing logic, my voice, and the rule that says it can't touch a discount without me. I didn't explain any of that today. I wrote it down once. Now, who this course is for, let me be straight about it. It's for the operator, the owner or executive who is done being the only place their company's knowledge lives. You don't need to be technical. If you can write an email and make a folder, you have every skill this course requires. What you do need is willingness to do the writing, because a brain is built out of decisions and sentences, and nobody can extract yours but you. Every lesson ends with an action step. Do them. The people who finish Module 8 with a working brain are the people who did the 10-minute step every lesson instead of saving it all for someday. And here's what you're really buying with that effort. Right now, you are your company's brain. Every question routes through you. Every AI session starts with you re-explaining yourself. Every good judgment you've ever made evaporates unless you happen to remember it at the right moment. The brain changes your job. You stop being the storage and start being the editor. Agents draft from ground truth. You approve and correct. And every correction makes the ground truth better. It compounds. My brain is smarter this month than last month, and every agent that reads it got smarter at the same time, for free. One more thing before your first step. Some of you are wondering whether to just pay someone to build this. That path exists. A done-for-you brain build is a real service, and it's a $25,000 engagement. This course is the do-it-yourself rung of that same ladder, and honestly, even people who eventually buy the build get more from it when they understand the method. You're learning the thing itself, not just renting the output. So here's your action step, and it takes 5 minutes. Write down the last 3 questions someone, a person, or an AI could only get answered by asking you, the price you'd quote for that odd request, why you stopped working with that vendor, how you'd phrase that delicate email. 3 questions where you are currently the only source. Look at that list. That's your company's knowledge living in the most expensive, least reliable storage there is, your attention. This course exists to move it somewhere better. Next lesson, we put a number on what that's costing you. It's called the context tax. You're paying it every single day, and once you see the math, you'll never unsee it. Let's go.